Right, time for the local music show with myself and Kevin Gaughan, who's alongside me. We've also got our first band in the studio, and we've got, half of them here, anyway, from Iron Python. Kevin, first of all, looking forward to this?
Yes, I am very much so. Seen you guys play live, a few times now. Is it Cosby Big Love 2011, I seem to remember, and Glaston Budget a couple of times. Yeah. And, of course, so how's life in good old LA then?
Yeah, guys. It sucks, doesn't it?
It's never been any good. No, it's never been any good. No, it's been... we've sort of been busy-ish, haven't we?
Yeah.
But not over busy, so it's been...
I saw you at a festival recently. Where was it again? Because I couldn't remember before.
It was Whittick to Woodstock.
It was. Oh, that's it. Yeah, it was quite a good afternoon. Wasn't it? A bit windy, but
very cold, very windy. But it was a great performance. We even had a stage invasion on that day.
We did. Yeah. A few girls came on the stage, didn't they?
They did. Yeah.
Well, invited or not?
No, they just... Did you invite them? I can't remember if you did or not.
It just happened. They were Colville girls, so it seemed quite apt to
In fact, I've done an edited version of that track to play a bit later on, because it's one of my favourites. It is a good track, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a Colville anthem.
Yes, it is.
Definitely. So that's good.
Now, before you came on, I was trying to remember the band you were in that I was around a bit in the 90s. And I couldn't remember the name. I know there's a single knocking around in my gaff somewhere.
Yeah.
So, put me out of my misery.
No, don't tell him, hey.
Oh. No. We tried to think of it just before we came on air, because we've been in that many bands over the years, and usually you're involved, so... but I think, going back to those sort of heady days of the early 90s, it would have been the Honey Children.
Definitely.
That's right, the Honey Children.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
That was from a Throbs album, wasn't it? It was a song called Honey Child.
So we just adapted it.
Because we rehearsed in a shed or something, didn't we? Or you did?
Well, we started in the Scout Huts in Whittick. And then we progressed even further to Stay Free. At the time was on Friday Street, and that wasn't much better at the time. It was like an abandoned old house, but... the times are just brilliant, weren't they? They're just great times more than anything. So,
but obviously Glaston Budget since then, you went down really well there. That must have been a highlight of the year, really.
It was the highlight of the year, wasn't it?
Definitely.
It was funny because there was nobody actually in the audience when we first did the first few bars, but then the place just filled up, didn't it? And it was just like a circus. It was great. It was really good experience.
Yeah, it was remember good. It was good. Yeah, it was good staging there.
Yeah, because that big top it was a really good atmosphere, wasn't it? Were you on something like Sun? Yeah, you were first on Sunday.
First band on
Saturday. Saturday.
Kicked
first band on. Yeah. But it takes me back, actually. You think of all the stage setup and everything, to going back again to around about the Honey Children time when we played at Abbey Park. Obviously that was outdoors.
Of course,
that was outdoors. But it was just the whole production of it. For we're quite humbled by it, to be on a big stage with a big sound.
People telling you to do this and looking
and having a stage manager to report to. It's like being in a proper band, isn't it?
Yeah. Does it feel a bit more? Does it feel a bit more like that because you got a bit more established now, really, haven't you?
This is the best it's ever been, really, popularity wise.
I'd say so.
Yeah, and we are real rock stars now. We've served our apprenticeship over the years, but now we're real rock stars.
I didn't recognise you because you've not got your hair on.
No, and it's a good job, so no photos.
Sunday.
Yeah, it is Sunday,
Because of course you normally put your makeup and hair and all sorts of stuff you wear, don't you?
Yeah, it takes a good hour and a half to get fully ready, fully loaded, and
the name of glam rock.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would imagine that's a nice transition, though, is it? You kind of go to the gig, think, get all your kit there, and then you're thinking, but once you get dressed up, you're kind of then in the part, aren't you?
Definitely, you take on that identity, and I become
like it is acting, isn't it?
It is, very much so. Yeah, and that you become that character.
And I remember at Cosby Big Love, you actually put an American accent as well, didn't you?
That's right.
He always puts on an American. He's been doing that since 1992.
Mind you, being from LA, you would do, wouldn't you?
You have to. Yeah. It's all part of it. It's all part.
It is.
You don't want your rock star to come up and say, "Hey, up there, me ducks, how are you?" It's just not rock and roll.
No.
Of course, LA being
Leicester area, of course. Obviously.
I always forget that as well. Always makes me laugh every time. Okay, let's play Night of the Python. Was this one of the first tracks that you did?
This was the first track that was written for Python, wasn't it? By the one and only Ray Tupper, the bass player.
I mean, when we originally got Python together in 2010, we just wanted to be a covers band because all of us that were playing in the band at the time had been in bands for so many years, tried to make it, and back in the heady days of the late 80s, early 90s, trekking down to London with your tapes and your biography and your photo, knocking on EMI's door, and we used to do that, like every other month,
and then just wait for the rejection letters to come through,
and nothing ever came of it, and you do get a little bit despondent, but we put this band together and we thought, we'll actually create the band we've always wanted to be, with the makeup, with the wigs and everything. We won't take it too serious, and we'll just do cover versions. We're quite happy at that.
And you got a drummer, Udi, I know quite well, but your other guitarist has changed over the
another one.
Yeah, because every time I see you seems to have a new guy. What happened to the last guy?
Well, he couldn't juggle doing Python and the Metallica tribute band.
I see.
It was getting in the way, so we parted on good terms. We're still very, very good friends, but now we've got a new boy, young guy, he's 18, 19, called Justin Sider, and he's
what a great name.
He's amazing.
Just had a cider.
He's a great guy. He brings a lot to the table, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. I mean, we've had more guitarists and Spinal Tap have had drummers, actually.
Right.
And Deep Purple have had lineups. So
Okay, let's play Night of the Python, and we'll talk a bit more.
Great.
There you go. Their calls are wrapped around you. Night of the Python, I'm Python, two of them in the studio. And you were talking about your new guitarist, a very young guitarist. So where did you find him?
In a trash can, wasn't he?
Somewhere like that, yeah. I think he had replied to an advert that we'd put on social media, I think probably Facebook or Twitter or something like that. Yeah. And there he pulled up with his dad.
Yeah.
His faithful roadie, you know it's going to be a good one when your dad's your roadie. That's and, right. Checking us out and everything, making sure we'd look after him. But I'm
wearing a status quo T-shirt, and we just looked at each other and thought, no.
Well, I was a bit of fan of them in the early days.
In the day, yeah.
Down the Dustpipe and all that early stuff.
Yeah, but he just plugged in and just ripped, and we just thought we found the guy.
Well, we've got somebody in mind who did an audition for us and thought he'd be the ideal person because, he lived in the area, he was into the same sort of music, and he was a similar age group, and we'd sort of got there in our mind that this would be the person. And up until Laurie was the very last person to walk in the audition room, and when he did, and like Chris said, when he plugged in, it was like that was it.
He's got the look as well, has he?
He's got the look. I mean, the thing is with this band, you can create the look very easily. You don't have to. And it reminds me of an episode of Only Fools and Horses where there was the Elvis Presley impersonator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then when he went backstage, he took his gear off and put it in a Tesco bag and walked off, and nobody recognised him. And that's very much like we are, really, Yeah. But no, he's absolutely fantastic, and the great thing is he's very easy to get on with. And that's important.
That's paramount, isn't
it? Especially around you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So obviously he dresses up as well on stage. With his
they all do that.
Yeah. He's got his own wig and everything.
It was an early incarnation of my own. It was one of the first Hades.
Are there special shops you have to go to get this stuff then?
Yeah, but we can't talk about those kind of shops. Very good. S&M kind of outfit.
Was it the purple wig?
Right. The purple one. So he's donning that at the minute. Yeah.
But you're working on some new material, you were telling me, Chris.
We have, yeah. Got new titles. We did PMT. What's the other one that we've got? Oh, we can't mention the title of that.
That's the thing. We can't really mention the title of any of the other two, can we? Really? So we'll probably just leave it at there and just say we've got new material. But the beauty of
Python.
So they're very radio friendly, then, obviously.
They're not. There'll be a lot of editing that you'll have to do, John. But that's the beauty of Python, is that we can do adult shows with our own material.
Sure.
Because like when we're supporting bands like Faster Pussycat, you need
can't
your own
radio
material.
Edits or something.
I don't know. Well, maybe we could. There's a lot of bleeps. But then, obviously, we could do festivals and do a crowd-friendly set. So, yeah, we're very versatile in that aspect, yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Except you can't get much radio airplay, though.
No, not with our own thing. Not with our own.
Or TV.
No. Or TV, no.
Possibly slightly limiting
so
that, right?
I'm kind of frustrated now, because I'm looking forward to the new material and I won't be able to play it.
You'll be able to hear it.
Play it at home to my other half,
Yeah.
But I mean, the plan is to definitely get into the studio next year, get these tracks down, add them to the ones we've already recorded, and probably chuck another couple of. We've got a couple of ideas to chuck probably a couple of cover versions on it to make a bit of an album, really.
I know, Chris, you do a lot of it. How does the putting the songs together work? Is you got a system for it, or
it's torturous? It really is. We one of us will have an idea. It's either usually the bass player or myself, and then you present it at a rehearsal. And see how it goes from there. And there's a lot of stuff that you throw away; it just does not work. And also, the style that we're writing, the subject matter, it's quite difficult. And sometimes you just run out of ideas, and it just gets trashed, really.
So you never thought of bringing in an outside writer then? Nobody else would. I suppose that would be difficult though. So some groups do try and do that, don't they? Get an outside influence involved.
It wouldn't be true then. Wouldn't be true Python, would it? No.
Maybe I should try and write one for you. There's an idea.
You could.
I know where you just laughed and looked away. It was the right response, to be honest. Yeah. I'm going to do it now, just to
right. Okay, bring it. We'll see what we can do with it.
Now, you guys have played a couple of big gigs this year, haven't you? You haven't gigged much this year, but you've done one or two fairly big gigs, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like Love Hate and Faster Pussycat.
That's right, yeah. And they weren't the greatest payers, but just for the idea of being to be able to play with one of your heroes. I mean, these guys were posters on our bedroom walls when we were like 16, 17 years old. And if you'd have said to us then, one day you're going to be supporting these guys, we'd have said you're out of your mind. But we did it, and it was great.
Where did you play?
That was at the Diamond in Sutton in Ashfield. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're a good venue. They have a lot of bands that have probably seen their better days, but there's probably an original member left in there somewhere, and they've had LA Guns and, like I say, Faster Pussycat.
Well, a lot of old groups, that tends to happen, doesn't it? Like, I was playing a track by the Cure earlier on, and the original guy, Robert Smith's still there.
Yeah.
But nobody else is.
No. That's right, exactly. But these are like pension tours, aren't they?
They are, but I mean, like Chris had said earlier on, for us, it really is. It's a bit of an honour, really, because you get the opportunity to take your CD with you and get the CD signed. And next year we're playing in, I think it's March. We're playing at the Diamond again, supporting a band called Sister, an up and coming Swedish. What would you say? Glam metal band, bit industrial as well, but they've just come off a tour supporting Skid Row, and they've been doing the festival circuit as well, play Sweden Rocks and Download and festivals like that, so they're sort of on the circuit now, up and coming, so we've got the opportunity to do the gig with them.
And who else is on with them?
Rocky Shades' Wild Side Riot.
Yeah, Rocky Shades was he was the godfather of glam when he was in Wrathchild.
So is Glam making a comeback then, is it?
Well, we're trying.
You started. You kind of started.
We did. I think it's always been there. It'll never go away. It comes and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose it depends on your definition of glam, because when people say to you, what sort of music do you play, and you say, oh, we're in a glam rock band, and they say, oh, like the Sweet and the Slade and T-Rex and stuff like that.
But Sweet had a much harder side to them. On the B-sides of the singles were some really good, quite good songs.
Great band.
I think out of all the bands of that era, they have never dated. The production is absolutely superb. The songs, the harmonies. I mean, Brian Connor was a great vocalist, and they had a really big, punchy sound for the time, so now we have to say glam metal, don't we? And then people think of Guns N' Roses and Poison and bands such as Motley Crue, such as that. So
not Bad Company, though, is it?
No,
even Bad. Not that I mentioned Bad Company.
Not that Bad Company. But like I said, the plan next year is obviously we do the Sister gig earlier on in the year, and then we really want to hit the festivals next summer, because I think that's where we really thrive. We are a festival band.
Is Glaston Budget on the cards to go? You auditioned for that?
We haven't auditioned for it, but it's something that I would definitely consider.
Definitely do that again. Yeah.
I mean, there is still plenty of time to do that. I think they're auditioning up till after Christmas, and I think that we did get the opportunity. Didn't Udi say that we could do it if we wanted to do it?
Yeah. But the big one is obviously the Download Festival at Castle Donington. And we were offered on the Sunday the slot between Kiss and Motley Crue. But unfortunately, that's Sunday the 15th, and you've got your Auntie Gwenda's wedding anniversary to go to, and I'll do shopping for my mum on this Sunday, so we couldn't do it.
What can you do?
Exactly.
Is that a true story, James?
No, I make that
up. I think turning it down for that would not be on the cards.
No, definitely not. I mean,
you go to Download presumably then. And
we'll be there for Sunday to see Kiss and Motley Crue.
But we've just recently come back, last week, from another little music festival. We talk about bands that have sort of got one original member left in a festival called Hard Rock Hell, which is at the Haven Holiday Camp in North
Scam
Wales.
played there, didn't they?
Yeah. And we've been every year. I think we've only missed 1 year. It's like our annual pilgrimage, and to get on there would be
a dream come true. Fantastic.
Probably more than Download.
Probably so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say, actually talking about them, because Scam have been this year. They're playing on Tuesday, so you could go and see them at the O2 Academy.
Oh right,
okay.
I'll be talking about that gig a bit later.
Yeah.
Which is tonight. I know we are obviously recording this program a bit earlier.
Yes.
But it's tonight. Okay. So, but it's not tonight. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
We're in virtual land. But we're going to play Colville Girl. So this is obviously about it's a bit of fun, isn't it, about a local lady.
Yeah.
Where did the idea for that come from?
The drummer's wife. No, I'm joking. It's just a fictitious.
She's a very nice lady.
She's lovely.
I can't remember her name now, but like,
no, let's not say it.
All right.
No, only joking, Lisa. Oops. It's fictitious. It's all made up. And a lot of the places that are mentioned in it are probably not even in Coalville now. We're talking about like the Forest Rock.
I remember hearing that. I think I remember going there.
Yeah.
But people will relate to it, though, won't they?
Exactly. But it's a fun song. It's tongue in cheek.
Okay, there is a slight edit in it because I take a bit of it out.
Okay.
Given what you said before, that's quite good. I mean, take a bit out. Here we go then. Coalville Girl from Iron Python.
like a Coalville girl. Like a Coalville girl. Like a Coalville girl. Oh yeah, a little Coalville girl.
there you go. Enjoyed that with an edit that you kind of reasonably approved of, Chris. There, didn't you? Yeah. It kind of worked. Colville Girl. I think Kev, you got a few questions.
I have indeed. Yeah, we were talking about your big gigs earlier. What would you say is the biggest gig you've ever done?
I would say that's the Woodstock. Yeah.
You reckon?
No.
Why did you say it then?
No.
Oh, right, okay. Which one?
The Wimeswold one. What was that one called? The Glaston budget.
Yes, Glaston budget, probably.
Yeah. Which year was it?
2013.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah. Okay.
what year?
2013.
Really?
Yeah.
That was last year.
Yeah.
That's it. We were on last year.
Yeah.
I saw them there last year. Did they
I
play
didn't
this
see
year?
that one.
You didn't play this year?
Glaston budget this year, I thought was the one we were talking about.
We didn't play this year.
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Howard Jones was headlining, wasn't he?
Yes. On the one.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Was it really? It seems like it was.
I know.
It seemed like it was sooner than that.
That's
really.
right.
Because I remember to think 2013. Well, it was that long ago.
That's right.
Doesn't seem that long, does it?
There you go. That's time.
Yeah, because it was the one where they had Howard Jones and all sorts of other people on.
Haircut
Yeah,
100,
yeah.
or was it?
No, it was,
117?
I don't think they're going to do that again because I'm not sure for me it worked that well. Because although I think what worked was they put some of the bigger tribute bands like the U2 tribute band in the big top, and that worked really well, I think, for them actually. Because you said this, Kevin, it was a good atmosphere. In there.
Yeah, any band that's in the big tops onto a good thing. I think.
Guns to Roses, didn't they?
Yeah, Time Fly.
Yeah. It does. It does. Yeah.
I look forward to this year's Glaston budget as well. Yeah. Okay, so that was your big. Was that your biggest gig or your best gig then? Glaston budget 2013.
I think that was probably the best. I think. What do you think?
I mean, you can take a bit out of every gig, can't you?
You can,
know. Certainly, that was certainly the biggest. I think that it's the adulation of just playing on the big stage and having the lights and everything. And we had it recorded on a DVD, even professionally recorded.
It was. Yeah, it's good to look back on.
Yeah,
and the admiration when you come off stage.
Oh,
you're just walking around and just people wanting to be photographed with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of that,
including you, Kev.
Yes, I did take a photo of you.
Right.
I think I was busy, so I probably didn't. I don't know. Can't remember.
We had loads of girls.
I've had so many.
around us.
Did you really?
Loads, honestly.
Was the missus there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you just got to take it, take it for what it is.
That's
on
right,
the time.
and enjoy
People
it.
just want to get that photo with that person dressed like
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
And then they forget you.
That's what happens, mate.
That's right. That's rock and roll.
Yeah, it's very.
So you don't do many gigs, but presumably it sounds like the ones you do, you sort of cherry pick, or you spend a lot of time sort of making sure you play with the right band.
I've always maintained that it's a buffet, isn't it? It's like all these gigs are spread out before us, and I thought, we'll take that one, we'll take this one for whatever reason.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah,
I like that.
A buffet. So it might be for the money, it might be for just playing with somebody who we've worshipped over the years, but we're very fussy, aren't we? So, but that's
so you're
that's how we
making
do
a bit
it.
of money out of it, then. You mentioned that a couple of times.
Yeah, but it all goes back into the Python part
that's
for
what
recording. Yeah, so it's don't be disillusioned, anyone out there. There is no money in rock and roll.
but I've been to a few of your rehearsals as well. And you do this good rehearsal studio. What was the name of the studio again?
Quad.
The Quad Studios.
Yeah.
It's pretty good down there, isn't
Great
it?
place.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's treated like royalty. It's good equipment. So
yeah, the sound in there's really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Anything else, Kevin?
Do you want to tell us about your gig on Friday?
Oh yeah,
Go on, Solid.
Right,
Solid.
Shall we go? We are playing at the O2 Academy downstairs in the Scholar Bar this Friday, which is, I do believe, the 28th of November. We're playing with the Europe's premier tribute to the Darkness, known as the Darkness.
Really?
Yeah, we're
well, I bet
playing with
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
and there's another band, and I can't think what they're called, so I do apologise for that. And I think the gate doors open at 7 o'clock. And how much is it?
Don't know. It's free to get in, but £10 to get out.
Yeah,
Very good.
I knew you were going to say that. I think it's £5 to get in, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that an Andy Wright production?
It is,
because I know Andy well
produced,
from the. He does that now, the O2, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we hope to see you there.
Come and see us.
We are on second, so I think we come on about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, as usual. Yeah.
So we're going to be doing probably a 45-minute to an hour set, and the Dark Mess.
Yep.
Should
be
that
great.
Sounds brilliant. That's a nice compact venue as well, isn't it? So always.
It is. We played there with the first time. Well, the only time we played there was with other Leicester Warhorses, Crow Molly. on their first comeback gig. And their local homecoming, well, that's 2012 now. Nearly 2 years ago. So, which is a great night that was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's been great to see you again. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you ever so much for having us here.
Enjoyed the tunes, and so new material next year. You'll get to play that live fairly soon, then, will you?
Definitely.
Yeah, good. And enjoy Friday. I bet that would be good, actually, because I really did like The Darkness as well. So you'll enjoy that. You'll be bopping along in the front, won't you?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks very much for coming in.
Okay, thanks John. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to move on from kind of rock to rock and roll, because at the weekend we had the light switched on in Colville. The Del Sharons, who have been on this programme before, Kevin, were live on stage. I have to say they were really good. Really good. I think they suit everybody, because they're obviously playing old material. They don't play any of their own material. It's all kind of like your Elvis Presleys and your, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I can imagine they really sort of jig around with
Yeah, they do a bit. Yeah, well, they got everybody in the crowd jigging around, including me, to be honest. I did have a little bit of a dance with one of the cafe members. A bit of a ride. In fact, actually, you saw me doing it, Kev, didn't you? Yeah, I forgot that, yeah.
Was he any good?
It was very creaky.
Yeah, I beg your pardon, yeah. So I did a little interview after they came off stage. Before that, let's play a track from them, and this is called... Well, it's the only track they will let me play, so we'll probably play it before and after. This is called Tear Me Up.
Tear me up, let me smile at you. Yeah, my head starts buzzing like a honeybee. My eyes won't open and I'm so upset. My cigarette shaking and cold, cold sweat. You're making a fool out of me. That's pretty easy to see. You just tear me up every time we kiss. I never thought that love could ever be like this. I guess you know that I'm in love with you. I wish you'd tell me that you love me too. You're fooling around with my heart. Please don't tear me apart. Every time you kiss me, I tremble like a little old pup. When you put your arms around me, well, baby, you tear me up. I just wanna know if you love me too. 'Cause if you leave me now, don't know what I'll do. It's so much love that I can hardly speak. My hands are shaking and I'm feeling weak. So won't you consider my plea? Don't take advantage of me. Yeah. Every time you kiss me, I tremble like a real love. But when you put your arms around me, well, baby, you tear me up. I just wanna know if you love me too. 'Cause if you leave me now, I don't know what I'll do. So much love that I can hardly speak. My hands are shaking and I'm feeling weak. So won't you consider my plea? Don't take advantage of me. No, don't take advantage of me. No, don't take advantage of me.
Well, I'm here in Colville Town Centre, and we're switching on the Christmas lights tonight, and the Del Sharons have just come off stage. Let's speak to Sharon. That was good, wasn't it?
Thank you, yes, really enjoyed it.
And what was really nice, you had a good crowd who were enthusiastic as well.
Definitely, can't beat it.
Is that very typical of the sort of set that you play?
Pretty much, yeah. We usually have like everyone sort of dancing by the end, don't we?
Yeah, they start off a normal gig. They'll start off sort of a bit quiet, then they'll play the bingo, and then we'll get them all out of the seats, rocking and rolling. That's what we like to see.
And I would suggest you get a fair amount of bookings as well, don't you?
We are very, very busy. Yes, so Saturday night's snapped up really quick. So we're taking bookings for next year right through till December, aren't we, at the moment?
Yeah, and Christmas time's going to be busy anyway, isn't it?
Definitely. We've got quite a few gigs over Christmas Eve, Bullshead at Markfield we are, there. Boxing Day we're at the Thornton Club, and then we've got New Year's Eve at the Soldiers and Sailors Club in Castle Donington.
And I did enjoy your drummer on Wipeout as well.
Yeah, Brett's fantastic drummer.
He used to be our lead guitarist, didn't he?
Funny enough, he was our lead guitarist, and then he turned into the drummer.
And let's talk to Mr. Chuck Berry over here. Your real name is, though?
Ryan John Smith.
On lead guitar, you obviously enjoyed the duck walk at the end there.
Yeah, it's a specialty that I do at pretty much every gig. It's brilliant.
Is that rehearsed quite a lot then?
It was in my bedroom quite a lot before I did it live, before I dared to do it live.
Yeah, but obviously a lot of young people go into their own music, but how much pleasure do you get out of playing all these oldies from the 50s and 60s?
You can't beat it. I mean, sometimes you just have to bring it down to the basics, because that's where it all originated from, and, you know, we're doing our own thing with it. It's brilliant. Yeah.
And is there any chance of actually writing your own material, or are you is that something you're passing on?
That's in the pipeline at the minute. I'm a melody kind of guy, and Sharon's a lyrics kind of girl, so we're just sort of collaborating that way, and we'll see what comes out.
Yeah, I guess there's always a temptation to want to do that anyway, isn't there?
There always is, yeah. I mean, it's nicer to have your own stuff there, you know. I mean, covers are good as well, but yeah, it's nice to have the whole package, isn't it? So, yeah.
How long's the band been around? Just give me a bit of a history lesson on the band.
From what I know, the band has been around 4 years before I joined. They got together around 2009, 2010. I joined, it's coming up to a year now. And yeah, I haven't looked back since. It's been one of the best experiences ever. It's been brilliant.
Terrific. Okay, I'm just getting a bit of history now, actually. He joined the band quite late, so just run us through the history from your point of view.
Basically, we started as a three-piece band, drummer, rhythm guitarist, myself, and bass player. Then we started getting quite a few bookings, so we needed to get a lead guitarist in. So then we got Brett, who was on lead guitar, but then our drummer decided he wanted to leave. So then once he'd gone, we had Brett on drums, and then we found Ryan on guitar. And then Matt was a good backing singer, so we sort of incorporated him into it too, and he does the sound for us and things. So yeah,
so it's a pretty good combination all around.
Yeah. I've been itching to work my way in the band somehow. I'll be lead singer by I'm finished, I reckon.
You're not going to change it around again. But obviously the crowd here really enjoyed it today, and that's helpful. You get that sort of feedback. It just encourages you, doesn't it?
Definitely. It's really important, you know, as soon as like the crowd gets going, it gets you going, and you sort of, you know, really get into it. So
I mean, obviously I've seen you outside, but I guess inside, when the sound's kind of a bit more closed in, you get even a better reaction, I would think.
Definitely, yeah. We do get good reactions, don't we? It's just definitely playing at the right places.
So you used to play an instrument before then, is that right?
Well, I started off playing a bass guitar, and then I moved on to sort of helping the band out with the sound, because there's a couple of things I could help with. And then they sort of incorporated me onto vocals, and
they should give you a tambourine or something.
Funnily enough, the last gig I had a tambourine, right? And I hit it that hard on my hand.
You broke it?
My hand swelled. No, I didn't hit it that hard, but my hand swelled up. It's swollen.
So you got tambourine hand?
Tambourine hand, yeah.
Well, thanks very much for playing today. I'm sure it went down very well.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Well, great.
It's been fantastic.
Well, that was the Del Sharons there, speaking to them after their gig on Saturday as the Christmas lights switch on. Kevin Gaughan is going to sit down. He's playing with his camera again. He can't get him away from that camera. But a good group, obviously doing pretty well on the gig front. As they mentioned there, Christmas Eve at the Boar's Head in Markfield, Boxing Day the Thornton Club, Saturday the 27th of December they're playing in Wellingborough. They're in Castle Donington at the Sailors and Soldiers Club on New Year's Eve. And it continues into next year. I think Whittick, actually, at the Black Horse on the 9th of January. Victoria Bikers Pub down in Colville, just down the road from us here, on the 10th of January. And they're in Barrow-on-Trent at the end of January. So lots of gigs, Del Sharons. You'll find them on Facebook and all that sort of thing as well.
Wow, they're busy, aren't they?
They are. It's not surprising, really. Because they do suit a lot of people. I guess they get people bopping around as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a good show, actually.
Yeah, so the Del Sharons, thanks very much to them for coming on the show, and enjoy their music once again. It'd be interesting to see if they do record any of their own of their own further new material later on as well, won't it? But obviously, if they're gigging so much, they've got to fit all that in.
That's right. But I could imagine that's obviously where the money is, doing the cover stuff. So
yeah. So we got some Scam to play. Now you got some news on them, haven't you?
Yes, I was just going to say, Scam are playing tonight, Tuesday, at the O2 Academy, one of Leicester's finest rock bands, quite well established now, actually. They've been around for quite a while, and they've just finished a 1-month tour going around the country with the new drummer, Mr. Neil Hill. So they're playing tonight at the O2 Academy, supporting LTNT, who are a band I've not heard before, but apparently, according to Metal Hammer, they are a wayward musical path between grunge, alt-rock and blues. So that sounds good. And also Midnight Dogs are on the bill. I'll be going to this gig, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. And I think we're about to play their fairly newish song called Rivers.
Yeah, it's Rivers from Scam. So, Kevin, looking forward to hearing a live version of that now then?
Definitely. Headbanging away at the front.
And do they do they sound pretty much live as they do recorded, do you think?
I think so, yes. I think that they've managed to capture their live sound recorded as well, and they don't add any bells and whistles or anything.
And lots of bands like to do that, though, don't they? Like to try and capture what they're like live when they're recording.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's fine again, because often that transforms a song, makes it sound completely different by adding choirs and all sorts.
And they've had, if you haven't seen them for a while, by the way, they've had a slight lineup change, haven't they? Because they've had new photographs that have come out and stuff.
They have, yes. Unfortunately, the drummer X-Ray has left the band, and he's been replaced by a more than competent drummer, Neil Hill, who's brother of Steve Hill, the singer and lead guitarist. But of course, Neil used to play and still does play in the Furies.
Maybe we could get a chat with him at some point. That'd be quite nice to get him on. Talk about what it's like to be joining a band so established, really, because it ain't like you've got to work too hard because they've already got a reputation. Or maybe there's more pressure because of that.
Well, yeah, and the fact that I think he's kind of been dumped in at the deep end, really, because they've just done a tour.
He's had to learn all these songs as well.
Yeah, and they've just toured all over the country as well in the last month. Plus, trying to keep up a day job and all that.
I see what his brother thinks as well.
Yes, yeah, that'd be quite fun, actually.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could do an interview, actually, at the gig or something.
Well, there you go. You can think about that now.
Yeah. But no, that would be good to see them. I'm looking forward to seeing them on Tuesday night at the O2 Academy in Leicester. Again, it's at the smaller one, the Scholar Bar. Yeah. So the atmosphere should be
good
nice.
Sound quality in there as well. It's a bit of a funny shaped place, but it's all right.
It is, but then at least if you don't want to listen to the music or whatever, you can just go to the bar.
Well, you can still hear it. It's still pretty loud, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, you've chosen a Casino Empire track to play next.
Yeah, do you remember we had them on the studio probably about a month or so ago?
Yeah.
Lovely bunch of lads, actually. Really good stage presence as well. I like their sort of swaggery, sort of indie rock stuff that they do. Really, really good stuff. They've sent us their latest single called She Loves. Again, lovely, brilliant, really good single this, really, really strong. I could see this band doing quite well, actually, out of Leicester. And they're going to be playing their double single launch gig on Friday, December the 12th at the Crumbling Cookie. And when you go in, you'll get a free CD, which will have this song, and it'll also have their other single, Shine On. And the gig is only £6. And again, nice compact venue at the Cookie. So that'll be a good gig. So here is She Loves by Casino Empire.
And for £6, you get 6 minutes.
And that was She Loves by Casino Empire, their debut single, actually. A new debut single. Just to say that Casino Empire is still looking for a keyboard player. If there's any keyboard players out there listening, please get in touch. In fact, you could get in touch by our Facebook page, which is facebook.com and local music show and the number 1. So any keyboard players, get in touch.
Well, that's about it for this programme. Don't forget sport coming up with Gio after the 7 o'clock news. We're going to leave you with a bit of 8 Miles High. This one is called Heartbroken Diary. See you next week.
Bless that diary, bless all of its ink. I think of all the teardrops falling on this paper thing. Oh, in a corner all alone, bless the pages and all of the times. Oh, the pain and anguish is never gonna return. Oh, in a corner all alone, broken girl, torment a girl. Let's do to us that have to suffer in this world. Can you hear that?